Hello? Hello? And hello? What happened? Hello and welcome to Digipal Plays. Don't really know what happened to my hand right there. Uh, Hopefully it'll fix itself as I go through the game. Oh, okay. But welcome to Digipal Plays. So today we are starting out with a little bit of Into Black. Potentially being able to beat it today, as I think that there is just one mission left, which is the Caretaker. But it all depends. There might be like some extra stuff because it says I am 88% through the game. I don't know if it also includes like upgrades and stuff like that, but if we take it story-wise, there might be like 2 extra missions afterwards. Potentially I have to do. But yeah, so it's not gonna be that long, so afterwards I'm gonna be... Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my own hand. Gonna be... Afterwards I beat it and gave it a little bit of a review, give it a score. I'm gonna be going over to Scorn, which I potentially can also beat today if things goes well and I don't have too much problem going through the different areas. And if I beat it, I'm most likely gonna be switching over to Bionic Bay and see how far I can get into it. Though I think I am getting close to the end, but I can't say for certain. So, yeah, I mean, I wanted to go do a little bit of grinding off stream, but I ended up yesterday going home a little, not too late and not a little too early. So I managed to take a little bit of streaming and play some guilds, so I didn't have time to go out and grind for the different things. The last remaining materials I needed, like orthodite and gas. So yeah, so I didn't manage to get any further in that regard. Jeez, there are so many places you could go. Okay, there's 2 places you can go for orthodite in the resource runs, at least. There's an already amount with Helion of what I noticed. And there's pretty much only one place you can go for the pearls, and then that's pretty much it. I think, right? Yeah, pretty much only one area full of pearls. Oh, that kind of sucks. But either way, I mean, we're still pretty well equipped. There's nothing new with the spacesuit. So yeah, nothing really there to show off, as I recall. Just checking if it saved everything last time. Yeah, looks like it's sorted as it should be. So, let's get into it and see if we can beat the game today. Let's go! Caretaker! And if you are the host, remove them. Okay, sheesh. Nope, my left hand still messed up. Okay, hold on a second. Gotta try and remove my... turn them off, and then back on again. Yeah, that fixed it. Oh, thankfully. Boing! That wasn't exactly where I planned for it to go, but okay. Holy, that's a long path. Alright. Okay, okay. That's still just some copper. Don't need those. Oh. weak. Keeps going right up in my face. Oh, right, I should probably... Frag grenade reached level 10. Sweet. Oh, wow, okay. That's... They fixed up a whole lot of stuff now. That's not as much. Didn't notice a thing. Alright, if you say so. Oh, hello. Oh yeah, I've been in this area before as well. Let's see if we can get some of the last materials I need here. Huh? Jeez. That's a little bit of a roundabout way. That wasn't so hard. Oh, what was that? Oh, nothing, I guess. At least nothing new. Whoa, why am I going so fast all of a sudden? No pearls to be found. Algae. Oh, you're walking on water. We have some mushrooms underwater as well. What? Whoa! Oh, wait, is that's helium. Right on! Come on, some more force on it, damn it. Oh. Probably more helium up there. Huh. An extra pass. I think I should be fine on these, so let's just take a few more. Shouldn't be anything up there. Huh. That's a little bit more silicon. Sounded as if there were supposed to be enemies, but I don't see anything. Oh, hello. Oh, there you are. For some reason they're not activating properly. I don't need you. Oh, now you come out, huh? Wakey, wakey! I think there are some more enemies stuck in vaults, that's probably. Nice. Oh, I can just use that. pickaxe for this. Oh, okay. That's a good amount. Still not anywhere enough what I need. Oh, hello. Bye-bye. See real quick. Now, I'm pretty sure there's nothing down there of value. Should go backwards just a tiny bit. Dude. Hello. Sweet. Whoa. Yeah, you good? Oh yeah, it's just a little bit of radiation. It's nothing. Okay. If you say so. So this is the side area. Good, good. Oh, hello. I think I'm done with them, but let's just check. Yep, I'm done with the yellow. Alright, girls, observe the rise and fall of this race. Okay, destruction, some advocate for resistance, yada yada yada. There. I can't do that. Whoa! Trying to ambush me, huh? Ain't no way. And that's another yellow window. Who's getting experience? Oh, gas them. Maybe just real quick. Why does it keep sounding like I have a pickaxe on me? Oh, because it's left somewhere. Hello? It's stuck somewhere. Alright. As human schools, and we observe the rise and fall of living races, blah blah blah. We have pressed this. Just wanted to make sure. I hear an alien somewhere. Boing. Did it just spawn from underground? Oh, hello. What the? How did that go that way? Oh, it might be that made the noises. This thing still doesn't work. No big chest. Alright. Let's get to it. Open the alien door.
The locks are open.
Oh, maybe I'm a little bit too much to the right. There we go.
This must be the core of the planet.
The walkway just ends. I know there's no point, but for the record...
Jumping down there is a real bad idea. You head back to the ship, okay? And don't wait for me. If by some miracle you get the chance, get the hell off this planet.
Best of luck, Captain.
Thanks.
Not even anything. I'm not leaving you. It's just, alright, sure. Why do you keep doing that? Alright, Geronimo! I kind of broke the voice there. Hello there, caretaker.
You know why I'm here, right? I'll take that as a yes.
Oh, that looks completely corrupted by something else. Oh, I guess it's that. It just looks like it's Blink.
Jonathan, it's done. We did it.
Quick, use an extractor.
No time, I'm afraid. The place is falling apart.
Wait, I'm getting something. Another dark energy surge.
What the?
Wait, oh, there we go. Get up!
Oh, Captain, you're alive! What happened?
The Ordens saved me. I think they're free.
They aren't the only ones. I ran a scan and we're back!
Back?
Back in space! Our space! Real space! We can go home!
Oh.
Home.
Shall we fire up the drive core?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not be hasty. There are a lot of valuable materials on this planet. And right now, we're the only ones who know about it.
You cannot be serious!
After everything we went through, I think we earned ourselves a payday.
But...
Come on, let's run a scan.
Oh, well. You completed the main story, but the black hole still hides many secrets. Scour the planet for missing valuables with resource runs. Replay the story by choosing New Game Plus from the title screen. Complete time directives to unlock exclusive cosmetic items, or experience the ultimate thrill in the online singularity mode, which is PvP of what I understand. Then we just have some... never got to play anymore with this after the beginning. We didn't even get to fix up the other AIs. To allow friends and family, that should be the end of the credits. Alright, short credits, nice and good. So a pretty good job from this team. Based on the fact that they're not as many as some companies are. And they managed to hit pretty well on everything there is to hit on. Like, I don't really have any complaints about this game, other than the fact maybe a little bit slow on gaining XP for the suit, but that's pretty much it. But I'm guessing that's also so to make sure you don't get too much and get too powerful too fast. I definitely also need a lot of those flowers I see now. But not as much as I need the Ordites. No, I'm not getting that anytime soon, so let's just go for the next platform. Upgrade. But yeah, so let's see. Anything to say about the game? Play. Did say New Game Plus, but I don't see where the New Game Plus mode is. Maybe you have to go to the main menu to be able to do a NG Plus. Let me check that real quick. Yep, New Game Plus. Alright, so it's out here. You have to look for it. So let's see. What do I think of the game? Well, last mission was definitely way shorter compared to what I expected. Last mission is like, what, 12% of the game apparently? Pretty nice with the whole thing that there's cosmetics. No, they don't really explain it to you how it works, so it's a little bit. When I was near the end and then figured out, oh, you scanned the bodies of the dead astronauts or whatever you want to call them, to be able to gain new looks and stuff like that.
Digipal91DK top viewer stream boo live.
So it's a little bit annoying, the fact that they don't really hint or anything to that. So you kind of have to go back to the previous areas to try and get them all. But I mean, it's just cosmetics, so it's not too bad. But it's a little bit annoying, the fact that this doesn't get explained to you. I also wish there had been some explanation about the shield, where to see it on your display way earlier on, as soon as you gained the access to it, because I did not get how shield worked or how I could see if I had it on or not. But I mean, in general, there's great movement speed, and the fact there's a dash that uses up a little bit of energy. You have some jumps. There is the ability to have a pickaxe, and instead of just having to hit with it, you can also throw with it if you want. That's pretty nice. Also, the whole thing on how the quick menu works between sections, and how it can just switch it out very quickly and smoothly. And you can also just customize it and load out, which is very, very nice, personally, I think. Which also helps a lot with, for example, the whole thing of you can categorize it depending on what you want it to be. Where I, for example, wanted the SMG on my right hand, as that's the... Personally, I think that's the most effective weapon. Good for all purposes. And then we have the pistol and shotgun on my offhand. And then also some other stuff like scanner, lights, platforms, like some of the more environmental stuff, non-combat stuff. So it's very awesome the fact you can also expand on them. That's also a very nice thing they added on there as well. And you can just add 4 all in all on the same area, which is pretty nice. Now upgrades, there are plenty to work with. Of course, you have to use the different items to be able to, what is it, gain more slots on the different things, tools and such, for you to upgrade them. That's pretty nice. But I will say some of them do require quite a bit. I mean, I personally think I used the platformer quite a bit, and I'm still only on level 7. And what, I don't even need that many slots. Oh well, actually, well, platformer gun is the only one that needs all of the slots pretty much for all of the upgrades. But mining laser, you use that pretty much constantly. The mining axe, also you use that pretty much constantly, so it levels up pretty quick. What? Oh, okay. So there are 2 different versions. Upgraded versions, I guess. Oh, okay, good. I was about to go... Wait, so I have to go all the way down here to get Helion, but no, it's right. It's already at the first upgrade. You can get Helion for that. and then afterwards it's just upgrades. But I very much do like the upgrades there are that increases damage to minibles, and there's a chance of explosions to happen. That's very nice. To make it easier, you can also walk around on your different gear depending on what you think is most necessary, like ammo, the weapon damage, projectile dodge is also quite helpful. And also the pulse is also very nice, so you have that going as well, keeping some momentum. Though it can sometimes be a little bit hard when there's a lot of enemies around and you have 2 guns in hand to figure out the timing on when to shoot. But it's also nice the fact that there are different weapons to be used, so you're not just 2 guns in hand shooting. Though I would like they would allow the... Well, maybe if I... Well, now I don't know. Maybe if I made some more guns, maybe I could have dual-wield handguns and SMGs and shotguns. I actually don't know if you can craft more guns. No, only the pistol. Though you could dual-wield handguns if you want, potentially, I guess. They also made it very nice with the whole, what is it? Making materials and such, so you don't have to... You can go in and make the different materials as you need, but at the same time there's also the option of going in here, seeing the different components you need, and then what materials you need, and then you can just craft them in here instead, which helps a whole lot as well. Though I do think personally that when they give you materials and stuff like that from getting chests and such, they should instead of giving you these components, they should just give you materials, and then the higher grade chests gives you the more valuable stuff like some acidic vapor, resin pots potentially, fibrous seed, like some of the items that are harder to be found, and then you can craft yourself from the materials you acquire. I think that would be a nice detail also, not just make you just go through it that quick. Like it feels like you'll work to get through to the getting your different upgrades and such by crafting. Well, it might be a little bit of a nuisance because you can't choose how many you want to do, and you just have to continuously fabricate like this. That can get quite annoying. Well, yeah, as I said, you can do it inside of here where you can do the quick crafting and such, so that would help a little bit with making it go a little bit faster. But they could also, as I said, have done a thing where you could do a multitude crafting or stack crafting, where you can choose how many multitude crafting, where you just choose how many you want to craft and then just press the button, and then it could make the whole crafting sequence going, and then that would be it. So you don't have to go like 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, luckily that, as I said, they were wise enough to make a quick crafting, so it doesn't take that much time. Though I do believe they should also have done it with like the different items here, like the grenades, the health stems, the shield, the vortex. Like you could have been able to make them in here, I think, so you could make them in higher amounts, or allow you to do a thing where you go into these sections and then you could do something else, I don't know what exactly, to increase the crafting amount. So yeah, it doesn't just, you don't just have to stand there and hold the button to craft the different items. Let's see, upgrades, loadouts. There are of course the co-ops and singularity. Of course I haven't done that because I don't usually play with other people. I want to take my time with the game, trying to understand and learn it at my own pace. And then the singularity, where you can fight other players, of what I understand. I mean, that's up to you when you feel like. Elbows expand singularity. Yeah, I'm not enough into these things to understand. Rings of what getting caught in the storm. I require you to kill enemies guarding the doors open. To escape safely with your items, you must find an anomaly crafted fire, and then jump inside. Oh, maybe it's not PvP? What? No, I think. Yeah, it is like an extractor, so to speak, where you have to go for a specific goal of acquiring certain items. And then at the end, focus on getting out. Though if you have to fight the others, or if they're what, 4 people inside of a match, and then the only one that gets to the, or rather the first one that gets to the portal is the one who manages to get out, escape with all of the equipment and such. I don't know if that's a thing. So I haven't really experimented, so I don't know that much, but it does sound like an interesting thing, but also a little bit, how would I say? I don't know, it might also just be a co-op thing, where co-op here it just means like everyone can be inside of the same ship, they can do the upgrades and everything, loadouts, and then afterwards they can talk about what things they want to do into, where this one is maybe a little bit more of a like special dungeon or something, co-op wise. So I don't know if it's supposed to be PvP or PvE. Co-op PvE. As it doesn't really explain so much of that aspect, so I don't know. But it definitely is a thing where it's like what's the classic extractor, where you have like a certain amount of time, you have to find the materials you want and then just get out. But I don't know if it's supposed to be like Fortnite, where you have to fight others as well before you get out. So it doesn't really explain that much, but either way, it could be a fun thing for those who like PvP and extractors, fast-paced stuff that is very adrenaline-based and intense. And also nice that other than just the main missions, there's also the resource run, so you can go back to the different maps you already played through, so you can get all of the materials you need, farm specific things. And also these special things where you have, oh, not this again. I don't know if I can turn off the portal thing or teleport. Where the modifiers were, for example, there's heavy fuck, there's double damage, so there are some bonus things to these different missions, which I personally think is very awesome. Though they also randomize in difficulty, so there I'm a little bit, but I mean, in the beginning, I'm pretty sure they just throw easy stuff at you at first, but it's fast to acquire the different things different upgrades in the beginning that can give you an edge on normal and difficulty, normal and hard. Essentially, it's insane. I don't know that much about that one then. But yeah, then you can use the what do you call it? Rewards, event rewards, harvest rewards. I don't really know what you would call them for specifically. Crafting suits and such. Though I will say it is pretty annoying the fact that you already have a hard time with some of the materials you need to be used inside of for your upgrades and such, and then they also ask you to use some of these very hard to get materials for specifically cosmetics that has no bonus other than your looks and stuff. It's a little bit on my side. I'm not really much into that, gotta be honest. Like, I can understand something like ceramic powder, like some of these materials that are easy to craft and easy to get. Okay, fair enough. That's understandable. They will use that. But acidic vapor, when you need that for a lot of the stuff, for bonuses, or the fact that they go with both you need these points, and then the materials. I would just say they should have left it with either or. In my personal opinion. But it is nice the fact that there are cosmetic options, just a negative the fact that you have to use some of the rare to acquire materials to get them. And if they did this, I do think there should have been some maps where you specifically can farm some of the more harder to get materials, or those that are a little bit more rare to get. For example, the Ordites. There could be a specific arena fights where you have to fight like golems or something like that, where you can acquire the Ordite through them, or a specific run where it's like in the abandoned sanctuaries and stuff like that, where there's should be like 3+ or something like that, where there's a little bit more. Or maybe make it like an endless run where in the beginning you just get the more cheaper, easier to acquire materials, and then afterwards, as you go through the run, endless run, you get a higher and higher chance of getting all of the high-grade materials, where in the end you just get nothing but high-grade materials. I think that would have been a little bit better, so you can more quickly farm on the harder to acquire materials as such. But it's also fun that in the beginning there's really issue with getting certain materials. For example, I had issues with getting titanium to begin with because it wasn't that easy to be found, but I did get them in chests and such. So I was pretty slow on upgrading a lot of my equipment, but then at a certain point it's just you get tons of titanium and titanium sheets from chests and such, so you don't really need to think about it afterwards. After that, so I think in a way they should have leveled the upgrades you can get with when you acquire the materials. For example, don't show me the upgrades until their materials are a little bit more easy to be found on the map naturally. And also so that maybe also lesser a little bit on, damn it, stupid jump, made it so like in the beginning, of course, you have the quarry where there's like not that much of advanced materials. Of course, there's gold, but at the same time, it's the more basic materials you find there. And then add a little bit more focus on higher grade materials as you go down. Like at one point, you could just remove quartz and silicate and luminates, whatever, shrooms, and just focus on some more heavy duty stuff, higher grade materials. Or as I said, just do like a endless run where you can acquire the higher grade stuff as you go through waves and such. But I don't know, it's the balance of materials that's kind of annoys me, and also the like how much is needed for specific things, and it's so hard to get them to begin with. Other than that, I don't really have that much of an issue. I mean, if you get stuck, there's a respawn, so you can fix up some stuff. Maybe a few more checkpoints here and there in some of the longer stages could have been nice, but there's also the issue for myself that I didn't understand how the shield stem works. Well, yeah, that was also one of the issues that I would have loved they had explained a little bit more, how to read your shield by being that it's the yellow blue bar yellow blue bar that runs up here, so you have a more understanding of, oh, okay, so that's how I read it, because I didn't really use shields because I didn't understand how to read it to know when I had it or not, so I just focused on the health stems instead. But I also don't know if you're playing co-op. Do you acquire the different materials you mine yourself, or do you split it between the team members? So it's a little bit like, for example, one could go over and extract a flower where they do that hook, pull, push thing, like fishing, kind of. And they extract the flower. Does that just go to the specific player, or does that go to the whole team, or is it a thing where they have to individually go and extract the flower, go through the minigame? And there was also the issue with one of the plants. I don't remember what they're called right now. Not this again. That flower on the left, where you're supposed to pull it and then smash it with the pickaxe. A lot of time I just felt like it didn't really register the fact that I hit the plant, or if I threw my pickaxe at it, it didn't register that I picked up the material. So that one was also quite a bit of a minus on that. But I mean, in general, most of the minigames, harvesting, extractor stuff, it worked pretty well. It's just the one plant that's the issue, and sometimes, as I mentioned, the balance of what you need for crafting and what you can extract is also quite a bit unbalanced. And maybe a little bit more, as I said, focus on you not get the crafted materials, but you get the basic materials, so then you can craft yourself. So it gives a little bit more feel of, yeah, I'm actually working for this, instead of just, oh yes, I just get the stuff for free. But that's just a personal opinion. I don't know for certain if it went the other way. It maybe feel like so much work to have to go through crafting. But as I said, if they have added a multi-crafting as well, that would also make it way faster. I don't know, maybe they could also have added the thing where you could like add some farming stations or something. Like, Ordite might not be exactly the thing to go with, but like the plants you need for healing stems, there could be a farm somewhere here where you can have Carl fix that up. You could be not provoking, but I don't know if you could like cause something to cause, so you can grow some luminites, some copper, some of those flowers. Maybe those that I just talked about. We have to smack them with the pickaxe after pulling them out. You could have something like that, where you could have a farm with it. I'm also really sad about the fact that you meet this thing in the beginning and you just don't see them ever again. It's just the same enemies again and again and again. It's just either the crawlers, the flying ones, and once in a while a golem, and that's it. And also some of the sharks, but that's mainly in the water, so it's not really that much of a deal. But I could have used a few more of big bosses, like for example this one, where you have to shoot like specific weak spots and such. Like, I'm pretty sure it had glowing yellow spots on it. Like, that would have been nice if there had been that. We had to shoot specific parts. They also went for the whole bullet hell thing with the bosses for the Guardians and whatever the aliens are called. Personally, it wasn't really that fun, as you just had to just run around and jump. So it was a little bit. It was lagging quite a bit. For me personally. Like, there could have been a thing where they have the red orbs or whatever that shoot lasers, where they follow them around, and those small orbs create a sort of shield or something upon the alien, and then you have to destroy those to be able to cause actual harm upon the alien itself. And then after I don't know, a minute, maybe two, maybe they would come up again. But like, you could destroy the different things that is upon it to lessen the attack patterns it could do. Like, of course, maybe the yellow or the greens are always possible for it to throw, but you could destroy things like the by destroying some of the crystals, you could destroy the whole circle that will be on the ground. You could destroy the blue seeking missiles by destroying some other crystals and stuff like that. Like, kind of cripple the boss, so to speak, to lessen what it can do and what it can't do. Or rather, lessen its options, what it can't do. So you have to be a little bit more focused on places to shoot and stuff like that, instead of just hammering at the boss like you do with everything else. Like, be a little bit more smart about it, but maybe then also give the boss a little bit less health if you do give protection and stuff like that. I also don't know if the health of the boss will also scale depending on how many players there are, so I can't say that for certain. If that would work or not. But I will say, in general, it's a pretty smooth game. It runs pretty well with the whole movement. It goes fast. I don't get motion sickness from playing this. I don't feel uncomfortable in most occasions. Of course, there are some issues with, for example, the teleport. I don't know if you can turn that off, and I just haven't noticed that. Ah, teleport mode. Hello? There we go, off. Underwater teleport. No. Always sprint. I do remember it was a little bit much for me at the beginning when I did the sprint, but I got a little bit adapted to it as it went on. But when you're just starting out, where there's maybe some sections where you want to be a little bit more careful where you walk, you don't want it to be constantly sprinting. So it's nice to have the whole thing up, pressing the sprint button. But it was also nice that they allow you the option, if you really like to go really fast-paced and constantly sprinting and going fast, then they give you that option, which is very nice. And I do believe there are also a lot of other accessibility things that they do help you with left-handed, if you're that. Subtitles, rest UIs, like changing some stuff here. Damage numbers, you can also choose to probably remove them. Nope, okay. So damage numbers are not a thing you can change. Holiday themes. I haven't even seen any holiday themes. At least of what I remember right now. Oh, there's also a lot of volumes you can turn up and down. That's also very nice. But yeah, they do go very well on adding some stuff like, haptic triggers. I don't really think I ever really noticed that. Oh no, yeah, I did that whenever I used the SMG at least. Because the whole brrrr constantly shooting. But they do give, personally, I think they give a lot of different good options. Here, nothing too crazy, but also not, like, it's not small. In my opinion. Yeah, I do feel that. So, if yeah, I guess I have talked quite a bit on the different points and such. Yeah, I would have liked also the AIs you had at the beginning of the game. You could also quiet them, so they had like different things. Those other AIs could, for example, have done things like with gathering materials. You could have sent them on runs while you're off, while the game is closed, or building farms and such, so you can farm some of the different materials that are around. Or maybe you could use like some of the black portals that are around in the map and learn how to control them, so you have some small areas you can jump into to gather certain materials, or use the black hole to move certain materials that can regrow in your cavern and such. That could be a very nice detail. But story in general, I think it's pretty alright. The little dynamic that goes between the main player and the bots, I think they're pretty funny at most points. Sometimes, of course, some jokes are dragged out a little bit too much, maybe. But in general, I think it's pretty nice and funny. And also, it's nice that they show some of the things from some of their previous games. Resist, I believe it was called, where they have some of their puzzles in there again for a little bit of cameo, I guess. Also adding some story. There's also the thing with the scanner. The scanner, I'm not sure if I actually think it was that necessary, because you use it to scan materials, and that's one time. That's it. I mean, I don't really see much of the use for it, because it could just have been like you take some materials and you bring them with you to the station, then you can analyze them or something like that at the base itself, and then you can learn like their not composers, but identify them properly, and then have the like your something like this one. It has the whole scanning thing where it can send up vibrations when it hit the walls. Like that could help you identify materials, and then you could see it on the map. I think that would have been a very nice detail they could have added to that aspect. So you know specifically like what materials you want to acquire and stuff. Like kind of like a seismic, not research, seismic scan or something. So you can see minerals, you can see ores and stuff like that. So you know specifically where to go to run for the specific things. There could have been like a hot cold scanner for example the ordites or plants, so you can like things you can pick up in the air to help you find certain materials. Like yeah, so basically just make it a little bit easier with acquiring stuff. I'm also glad that they added the whole vortex grenade that helps you with collecting materials, because of the fact that there was that flower that has issues where you hit it, then it's hard to acquire it, so you can just use a vortex grenade instead. Though I would have liked that it explained that it isn't specifically for biomass, and it's not specifically for quartz and such. Like it can also gather plants and other stuff like that. Though that's maybe something you just have to figure out yourself, but it's not really something that you think of necessarily in the beginning, that it can harvest most items for you. But in general, this game, I had a lot of fun, so I would say if I were to give this game a score, it would probably be an 8 out of 10, most likely. Maybe an 8.5 out of 10. With some of the things I've said, there might be a few issues with the whole materials farming stuff. And certain things that just didn't really work as it should when you finally harvest them. But I mean, in general, this game is pretty damn fun. And I could also see that maybe if those who made Deep Rock Galactic, they made a VR version, now I think that would be pretty damn fun. That could be a lot of intensity in that one, but I think it might be a little bit too much for the game itself, with all of the creatures going around, all of the areas around you that are mineable and such. So it might be dragged down quite a bit, or just drain the battery really quickly for certain headsets that have batteries inside of them. Unlike the VR headset that has a cord going directly to the PlayStation. But yeah, I think in general that's gonna be it for the game. I think I'll also talk quite a bit. How much time has passed? Yeah, about an hour, and I think the mission took maybe like what, 20 or 30 minutes or something. So I've talked for pretty much 30 minutes right now. So yeah, I'm gonna be calling it here for this game. Not gonna be playing it more on stream. Might do a rerun or try out the Singularity off game, but that also depends on if there are actually people who still play this game. So maybe I can't do Singularity anymore. And it's also unfortunate the fact that the game doesn't have... Oh wait, no, it does have crossplay, doesn't it? Or is that another game I'm thinking of? No, I don't think it has crossplay, so I can only play with people that play on PlayStation... consoles, and people who play Meta has to play with Meta, and PC has to play with PC. Though of course you can plug up a Meta headset to the PC, and then I still think you can only play with Metas, but if you have the game on PC as well, then you can just plug the Meta headset onto the PC, and then you can play the app through that. The game through the PC to the headset. Most likely. But yeah, that's gonna be about it. So we're gonna be calling it here and switch over to Scorn, so I can try and finish that as well. So thanks for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like the VOD, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications for whenever I upload videos. If you watch this on Twitch and you like the VOD, please feel free to leave a follow so you can get notifications for when I live stream. Now, we usually live stream on Wednesdays around 4 or 5 p.m. CT. That's make around 9 or 10 a.m. CST. Weekends can be a little bit on and off. So I will usually try and live stream around 1 or 2 p.m. CT. That's make around 6 or 7 a.m. CST. Some days are gonna be on schedule, but I will try and notify at least 30 minutes before on Blue Sky. So thanks for watching. Take care, and see you next video on live stream. Bye.